What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Gaia. His name is Miracle. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Momo. This is game number 5 of the first round of the $1,000 competitive Mega Random tournament, the first of its kind. And it's time to see who's got it in them. The longevity of a player, the ability for a player to stay at a high level through an entirety of a series is actually quite difficult. When you think about how long this series has been going on for, this is game number 5. Every game has gone between 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We've had a 40-minute game. So some very, very difficult to get through games here for these players. As the back's going to be aching, the hands might be starting to hurt, but they got to push through it and show the world that they are the elite gamers that they are. They are athletes, e-athletes as it's called, and they're going to show us how it's done in this game. We've got Momo going in with his final Greek god, choosing Poseidon. So Momo telling us that the strongest of the Greek gods goes Hades, Zeus, Poseidon here in his repertoire, and Miracle now choosing to stick in with his Gaia as well. Not going to be changing things up here in the slightest. Gaia versus Poseidon, not a matchup we get to see very often, but a matchup I quite like for the Gaia player. The spider eggs shut down a lot of what Poseidon can do. The late game, very strong for Gaia as well. And the mid-game timing attacks for Gaia against Poseidon are some that are very, very scary. So we'll see what Miracle's going to try and opt for here in this game and what Momo's going to go for in this game as well. We do have a fairly slim map. You can see that the edge of the map is cut off, so there's not as much room for maneuvering around, and both players spawn much closer to each other. And we'll see how that's gonna affect the game in this series here, as the Citizen making their way over onto these Aurochs over here, going to start shooting those down. We see Miracle utilizing his pigs to block the Citizen, block the Auroch from the Citizen, I should say. As the Aurochs moving forward, relics have been discovered. We have the Bridle of the Pegasus. I love this relic. I think this relic is great for Greek. I think this relic is great for anybody who wants to have any sort of aggressive gameplay. So you can grab that and utilize that Pegasus if you have a Raven. And you also have the Mithril Horseshoes over here, which is another incredibly good relic for the Poseidon player who's going to be wanting to make those Hippocon in this game. So you also see a lion getting eaten up here for Momo. He's going to have to move over here and start eating these Auroch as well, as this game's going to be continuing. So really, what does the Poseidon player want to do in this matchup? I actually think the more I watch these Greek versus Gaia matchups, the actual best way is to not be too aggressive. It's to grab town centers. It's to just to play into a boom game and then try and take the game late game and utilize the Greek late game to win these games is somewhat of a good idea. So we are seeing that looks to be what Momo's going to be doing. And if that's the case, the Gaia players should start thinking, well, if Greek players are going to start doing this, then we need to start going for fast second town centers ourselves, doing like 5-15 advances or getting your town center up while you're advancing to the classical age, if you can notice your opponent doing that. So the way that you do notice that is you spot out where the gold and the wood is, and then you see how that's going to go. But it does look to me now that Momo, only 4 villages on gold, 3 villages on wood, is looking like he's going to be going for a classical age push here. We see the Theseus moving forward. He does have the Mithril Horseshoes in his possession here, and he's going to start harassing these Citizen nicely. And this is a tough one for, I would say normally, if you don't know what you're doing, this is a tough one for the Gaia player to defend against. But really, the way to defend against the early Theseus is to bring your oracles back home. Bring them back home to your second hunt, and then just heroize them. If you see one Theseus, you heroize 2 oracles, a little bit of micro, and you can stay on your hunt. But this damage done by Momo in the start of this game is going to he's going to be really happy with what he's managed to do here. As we see the buildings getting dropped, we see a counter barracks going down. We'll see a military barracks probably going down as well, as the citizen are going to be attempting to come back over onto this hunt here. Is Momo leaving here? He should leave the Katoskopos on this hunt. He's going to be scouting out the other hunt over here just to make sure there's nothing cheeky happening here. As we also see a military barracks getting dropped. What's happening in the main base right now for Momo, just about to hit the classical age through Hermes, dropping some more houses, dropping some wooden walls here. The Momo Theseus bringing the mythical horseshoes back. And man, what was the point in building the Theseus this early if you're not going to just leave him on the front? I do not know. As we see an automaton coming forward onto this position, do we see Momo getting himself out an immediate Hippolyta? No, not just yet. Wall's just coming down. The automaton going to move in. We see Miracle spotting the weakest villager. Going to be going after that one there. Definitely gets a kill. Going to go after the second villager as well here, as we see the villager trying to dump that food, but not going to be quite able to, as Momo not paying attention here enough. He's actually losing 2 villagers and a villager with 22 food to boot here. That's a big, big loss, as Miracle gets 2 kills, and we see the units starting to come through for Miracle on this position. He has himself a couple of Mermillo, and he has himself a Terma. He's not training too many of those, actually, so he's trying to get everything happening. We do see the villagers trying to get this town center up. Momo has the resources for a second town center. Miracle needs to think about getting himself his own second town center basically straight away. He's got all the wood in the bank, so take these villagers off of wood, drop them over onto gold tier, and get yourself that second town center is 100% what he needs to do. There's not really a world where you're going to be pushing off hunt here. There's no hunt near this town center. There's no hunt anywhere forward here, so mass units don't make a whole lot of sense. You can push off this wood line with some Terma here, but Miracle getting a gold mine right now would be a very, very smart move. As he does put 4 villages over onto the gold. Just put this citizen here. Get a little bit earlier and grab this town center first. That's the town center you want. I don't want to see this back town center getting grabbed. Please, Miracle, get your forward town center. And maybe even a third town center here wouldn't be a bad idea, as Momo is going to be playing very, very defensively here in this game, as Bridal of the Pegasus getting picked up for Momo as well. As channels getting grabbed. Why? Why the back town center? What are you scared of? What are you scared of? This is like the case where an ISIS player is playing versus Ra and decides to put their Migdol in their home base. What are you scared of? The Ra player's got nothing. He's not even... Get this town center! This one! He's moving forward, going to chuck a military barracks to deny the town centers for Momo. Oh, I'm so sad and angry at the same time. We see watchtowers getting grabbed by Momo. What are you scared of? If I get frustrated enough at this, maybe Atlantean players are going to start thinking a little bit differently about which town centers they grab first against Greek players. As we do see the units here for Miracle going to be looking to move into Momo's base, but there's nothing to attack here. And in actuality, the fact that Momo's got the early town center here just means that Miracle can go for a 2 town center timing and put buildings on everything. So I mean, he's just spamming units though, it seems. Wait, is he spamming units? No, not really. He's making Terma. As we're now starting to see the raid coming through over here. There are some spider eggs on this position though, so they're going to be able to pick up a couple of these units, as the citizen are going to have to jump into the manor here. Miracle does notice that fast enough and drops into his manor as the town center is on the way up. We do have a Mermillo in the back here. And guess what? Look at all these units on this Fort town center that he could have been defending this town center with, where there's nothing over here. Here are Mermillo coming onto this position. Terma coming over here as well, as the citizen does drop around. We continue getting this up as the center is going to be retreating here, as that hero Mermillo trying to chase this one down. We see a bit of a special ability getting used there. And it looks like the town center will indeed get up in time here for Momo. For Miracle, as Momo's wood villagers getting targeted down here. He will have to retreat away, it seems. The Pegasus over here getting targeted down, as the Theseus Getting pushed back. As the centaur pushing through this location, looking for something to do. It's not going to be quite enough here, it seems. Plow on the way for Momo. As he's getting his farms down, playing it nice and slow, nice and safe. Miracle has his second Townsend. How is his economic upgrades going? So there is another option with Gaia, which doesn't apply to Uranus or Kronos in this matchup, and that's that you can go 2 town centers and get yourself every single one of your economic upgrades instead of going for a 3rd town center. And that will in effect give you roughly the same amount of economy as an Uranus 3 town center or a Kronos 3 town center style attack that you might see. But Momo now very, very smartly just getting himself archery range, military academy, not really spamming units out, and he's going to be going to the next age really, really shortly. He's realizing he doesn't have any resources to protect him, that he needs protecting. He can just get watchtowers and just go for 70 population, just a handful of units defending, and Miracle's just got all these units out which don't do anything, as Aphrodite is going to be coming in, and the curse is going to be a huge defensive powerhouse, god power. And not only that, Momo also has ceasefire, so Miracle's going to be able to attack, or it's the only real option that Miracle has here is attacking. So he's going to want to try and push in and kill this town center here. But I don't think he's going to have time. How many units does he actually have? He's got 13 Murmillo, which is, if you kind of compare this to how much of a Zeus hoplite it would be, 13 Murmillo is something like 6 hoplite and 2 automatons, which are roughly a hoplite each. So he's kind of got 8 hoplite taking this town center down, which is really not it, as we're going to see some units coming over to defend. We're also going to have a Nemean Lion to defend here, and even if Momo won't lose this town center, he's got ceasefire, but he should be trying to repair this one back up. As we see the automaton getting targeted down very, very fast here, as the unit's starting to power out for Momo as the defense coming in. Aphrodite does hit, curse does drop, and he does get pretty lucky with that curse hitting the majority of those Murmillo here, as the Nemean Lion going to come in, and Momo is now just in an absolutely ridiculously big advantage here. As like, what can Miracle do now? He's kind of stuck in the classical age. He's trying to put pressure onto his opponent, but he's losing all of his units. Miracle's population is getting absolutely taken out here, as there's nothing that he can really do here, and we do see the Miracle going to be retreating back over these spider lairs, but Momo's just got a huge advantage. Momo can now just get himself irrigation, play it slowly. How much gold does he have left? Not much gold, so he's going to have to play for a second gold mine. So really, Miracle's only option here is Gold Staff. He needs to continue to put pressure on, go for a Gold Staff. Otherwise, this is it. This is all he's got. So we'll see if he's going to be able to make this work. We see the Nemean Lion going to be looking for some raids here, as Momo's getting some units out to push Miracle back. The gold villagers finish up over here. They're probably going to make their way over onto this gold mine, though. This gold mine is probably the safest of them all, and we do see him making its way over there. We see a marker getting dropped down for Momo as well here, as that Nemean Lion's going to be looking for some raids. And right now, Miracle doesn't even have... Does he even have good economy? He's got himself... He doesn't even have plow. He's throwing farms down. He doesn't even have plow. It's such a disappointing game here for Miracle. There's so many advantages that he has. He could have been eating these Aurochs. He could be getting himself Gaia. He could be getting himself the flood control super early here. But not happening in this game, as Miracle pushing through with these Murmillo. Is he going back to this town center yet again? Probably going to be looking after this gold mine. The Oracle Scout here for Miracle will spot this gold mine being grabbed here. And the hoplites coming through. Beautiful path blocking there by Momo, as he's going to be retreating his units. We will be seeing the army pushing in onto this forward base that Miracle has constructed here, as the Nemean Lion searching around the main base of of Miracle. He is taking down a citizen here. This Terma actually could get taken out pretty fast as well with only 34 HP. You can see that he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he will indeed take it out. That's 2 HP remaining. Then he'll be able to take out that citizen as well there. As the units do get pushed back just a little bit. Momo moving around the base, going to be looking to hit a gold mine over here as the Pegasus, that free Pegasus that Momo's had, has spotted this location here as the citizen here is getting taken down. And now Miracle is having to deal with Hypaspist. He doesn't have anything else to deal with those Hypaspist. He can't really make Terma. He does run over the spider eggs that he did produce here. So that's going to be all of those dead infantry units there to those spider eggs as the Murmillo trying to take down some more villagers here. But the army of Momo is saying, well, time to attack this gold mine. And that's brutal. There's 2 manas here he can take down. He can take out this gold mine as well up the top. There is a Toxote already on this position, preventing this gold mine and these elephant from getting grabbed. The raid onto this gold mine does get spotted, but the villagers here for Momo can move to the front. He can think about grabbing this gold mine. He's going to be grabbing these Aurochs in the middle of the map here. As now Miracle is 0 gold here, ladies and gentlemen. The village is going to be moving into the middle of the map, though, where his military buildings are. And, I mean, we'll see how this is going to go for Miracle as he's desperately trying to hold on in this game. The army here very close to these Aurochs, but it's not searching for Aurochs here. It's searching for gold villagers as he does miss that one, unfortunately, searching around this map. Is the army going to be retreating back? The villagers here for Momo might have to retreat off of this position. It doesn't look like the Miracle Murmillo quite see it, though. We move into Momo's perspective. What does he see? Not Momo's, Miracle's perspective. What does he see? He sees the villagers now just popping into line of sight. As the military barracks getting taken down, the villagers are onto this gold mine now. Still no gold mine coming through. No town center coming through for Miracle. Momo on the way to the Mythic Age very, very shortly here. He's got 400 gold in the bank. Just needs to be grabbing a little bit more gold here as we do see these units pushing through here. We've got ourselves a ton of Murmillo out at this point here as Momo going to be retreating back. And we will be seeing the Nemean Lions pushing back in onto this position as the Murmillo swinging around the top side here. We've got Momo pushing forward here with those Hypaspist. Going to be dealing with these guys as we also see the villagers getting taken out over here, and Nemean Lion pushing forward, going to take down those units here as well as the Miracle Murmillo getting pushed back here. Thea on the way now for Miracle. Somehow, some way managing to get there. We're still seeing some raids coming in onto this gold mine of Momo, who, has he clicked up to the next age? Yes, he has. Artemis on the way. That's going to be a huge earthquake in the main base of Miracle, which he's not going to be able to do anything to stop here. It's going to be huge amounts of damage. But the raid's still coming in onto this gold mine. Momo not throwing up any walls over here, allowing this to happen as the units chasing down these units over here. Will we be seeing Momo attempting to get himself a third town center over here anytime soon? Doesn't look like that's happening here, as we are seeing shaft mine heavy infantry coming through for Momo as well. As the Murmillo doing some good damage over here. The units moving into the main base of Miracle here as well, as the town center getting some good damage done. Artemis 40% of the way through here. This pressure is still mounting, and Momo's not really making a good defense of it here, as these villagers probably could move back onto this gold mine if they so choose. Still chasing these units around, looking for gold mines in the middle of the map. We do see the Toxote on this gold mine. There's just this one gold mine that Momo hasn't really checked out. He sees that there's a military barracks there, but not much else. As more villagers are falling, Momo's villager population is actually dropping down quite significantly, as Miracle is actually fighting his way back into this game quite significantly here after picking off all of these villagers, as Momo's down to now 57 villagers, and Miracle has got a huge advantage. He's about to be able to click up to the Mythic Age himself here. So we'll see that coming through. We'll be interested to see if he chooses to go Atlas or Hecate here. Probably Atlas is probably the better choice, as we do see that this gold mine has been spotted, though, as Miracle is pushed off it. And the Toxotes coming forward to take these units down. Artemis does pop here, as we do see that Earthquake gets dropped in the main base of Miracle, and Miracle does decide to tap out immediately there. No gold, No Hecate coming through. No chance for Miracle in this game, not able to make it work. The semi-fast heroic off of 2 town centers here from him, not even semi-fast heroic, it was almost a fast heroic off of 2 town centers here, completely baited Miracle, and then Miracle was just not able to come back in this game. We do see some more raids over here on this location, but just the raids were not big enough to slow Momo down, and Miracle not able to get that win. Had the chance here. He was at 2 wins for 3 games, I believe, 2 games, I believe. I'm not sure. He had a real big chance here to take this series in both of the games with his Gaia, but just not able to make it work. And Momo gets the dub, gets to go on to the next round to face whatever crazy good Age of Mythology player who is awaiting him. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.